Guys, it's Alpha here, and today I'm about to show you guys how to use your MT5 app to trade and do your trading activities. So first of all, let's open the MT5 app. So when you open your MT5 app, this is what you see first. This is the first thing you see. So this is just the code speech where you see all the different indices you can trade, volatility indices, the boom and crash. So basically this is just what your MT5 is all about. First, look at the bottom here. You have these things lined up at the bottom. First is the code speech, second is your chart, the third is your trade, the current trade you're on, the fourth is the history, then this is news, this is MT5 chart, something like that. So let's go back to the first one. So this is the first speech when you open the MT5. Let's now start from the top left. This stuff just beside where you see codes. If you tap it, it's pretty much like an expanded view of everything that is contained in your MT5. Now the first one here is the quote, and that's from, if you see from the first to the news here, it's the same thing that was on the bottom. That's at the bottom here. So let's now start the first one. The quote is just like the page that shows you all the indices you can trade. They are quoted there. You can just go tap them and then go to the chart. The second is the chart. The third is the trade. This trade is the current trade you're on, the positions you've opened. It just tells you, it shows you the positions that you have opened at the moment. Then the fourth one here is history. History shows you your trades, the trades you've taken for that day. You can also set it for a month, for a week, for yesterday, or any how you want it. The mailbox is just like what binary sends to you. News, the news of what is happening in the market, economic calendar, messages, trader community, and so forth. So basically what you'll be using most of the time is just these first four: the quote, the chart, the trade you're on, and your history. Then you can come down here, settings. If you want to set anything, let's go to settings. You want to set anything in your chart and all that. So then if you see the up here, manage account. This manage account is where you can log in or out of any of your trading accounts. As I told you guys, MT5 is just like trading platform, but then you have to log in with your account, your trading account, which you used to open with your broker. So let's go to manage account. It brings you here. So it brings you to this to where you can see the different accounts you have. Then if it's a demo account, you put it at this demo, then you log in. So once you log in, it will now take you back to your page. So that's for this manage account. That's just about that. So now let's go back to this first code speech. So we're on this code speech, first one. Look at your bottom screen, the first by your left, these two arrows pointing at the opposite direction. That's your code speech. So your code speech shows you all the indices you can trade. If you want to add any indices that is not on this code page, you press this button, this plus that is up here. Once you press it, it now brings out the indices you have: step index, or let's say volatility. So these are now like some other. Once you just want to add it, you just tap on it, you'll see that it will be added to your code page. Let's tap this first one, for example, and see it's gone. If you go back to the code page now, see it down here, volatility 25.1s. So that's how you add any indices that you don't find on your code page. Then this one now, edit. If you want to remove anyone, let's assume we want to remove this last one that we just added. You delete, you will notice that it will be gone. If you go back, check, you can't find it. So that's that for that. So this for the code speech. Now if you now, let's say for example, you want to open any of these indices listed down here, you will then tap on it. It will show you this. First, new order. New order, if you want to just place a trade directly from here without even looking at it, the chart, you can do that by clicking new order. Then chart, if you want to open the chart of that indices. Properties, market statistics, simple view mode. Simple view mode, if you want to remove all this low and high that is under it. Market statistics, all those ones are just, the most important thing is new order and charts. Basically, you should not just directly place a trade from here when you've not even seen the chart, of course. So you would, from here, if you want to go to this chart, you just click on chart. It takes you to volatility 75 chart. You understand? It takes you to volatility 75 chart. You can scroll on the chart and look at it and all that. So I guess that's that for the quote page. The next is the chart. This place brings you to your chart. Anytime you open your MT5 and you want to come to your chart page, you click on this second one. Then the third one now is the current trade you're on. I'm not on any trade at the moment, so there's no any trade showing here, but this is showing, this is a page that shows you the current trade you're on. Then this fourth one now is history. History shows you the trades you've taken and closed. So these are the trades I took and closed. So this is my history. If you want to check for yesterday or last week, you can tap here. These are the trades for last week. You see all of them will be shown. See, last month, the same thing. Then custom period, if you want to choose from, you want the app to show your trades from a particular period to a particular period. Let's just say you want to set from May 26th to June 10th. Done. You see, these are my trades from May 26th to today. So it will show you everything. You see the trades, your wins, your losses, and everything. It will now give you the summary up here: profit, swap, balance. Swap is like what the broker charges you for some of the trades you left overnight. If you leave a trade from today and it enters the next trading day, they will charge you a fee. So these are the trades. This is the profit, the swap, the balance, and all that. So these last two, news and this chart, is basically useless, except if you want to log into the chart. But then don't just bother about this. The most important thing are these four. So now that we've known the basics of how this app is, it brings us to the next stuff, which is how to place a trade and all that. So now let's assume you open your chart, and up here you can see volatility 75 index H1. That's the 1 hour time frame. So this is your chart. This is the main window. This second one, you see RSI, is indicator window. This one down here, stock window, indicator windows too of stochastic. This ADX is also an indicator added. So now, if you want to place a trade, let's just take it step by step. This first cross here they call it crosshair. Let's say you want to use it to check the price of a particular place. Let's say this place, this is the price by the right here, 365,865. If you see, you can move it and just check. Let's say you want to know the price of a particular place, or even the date of a particular candle. Let's say I want to know the date of this particular very tiny candle. You put it on the candle and check down here, 2020-06-08. That's 8th of last month, 2020. So that's what this crosshair does. It helps you to know the exact price or date of a particular candle. Then this F now is function key. This is where you can add your indicators. So from my chart, if you see, I have some moving averages, this yellow line, blue line, and red line, and I have RSI indicators, stochastic indicator, and ADX. So all that, you can set them here. If you want to delete, you press this west bin button. It shows you what you can delete. Or if you want to add, you press this plus and it shows you what to add. Let's press this plus. So these are all the indicators on the app. We have trends, oscillators, volumes, and all that. So if you want to add any, you just tap on it. Let's say you want to add let's say average true range. Taps on it. These are the settings. If you press done. see the average to range at the bottom. This is how you just add it. If you want to delete it, you go back here, come to average, press delete, tick average to range, press the rest bin button, it's gone. If you go back, you see that it's no longer there. So that's how to add your indicator and to remove your indicator. Then this dollar sign shows you all the indices that you have on your quotes page, so that you can easily add them from here. If you just tap anyone, you can swap it immediately. You see, you can swap it immediately. Press it here, let's look for 75, tap it, it swaps it immediately. Then this page here is window page. You can actually have more than one window on your MT5. So let's say I've opened two windows actually before. See the first one, that's a 75 index H1, the second one, boom, 1000 index M30. So you can either tile them horizontally or vertically. If you tile horizontally now, you see that it has divided my MT5 into two windows now. Look at our volatility 75 index on top, then the boom and crash below. So this is it. Then if you want to use only one, you can long press this arrow, it takes you out and shows you only one. That's that or that. Then this last sign here at the top, plus, where is the plus? This is actually where we do the main stuff, where we place our trade here. If you tap it, it brings you to this page. If you look at right down at the bottom, you see buy or sell, buy by market, sell by market. Now this is if you want to place a buy, you press click buy. If you want to place a sell, you click sell. Now let's come back to the top. There are different other types: market execution, buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop, buy stop limit, and all that. So for most of the time we'll be using market execution, because once you run your analysis, you want to just place the trade at the go, it will be market execution. That means if you're buying instantly. Oh shit, I just mistakenly bought done. So this is buy I just took now. You see we're running in minus. So now just look, if you check, you see that I'm at this trade page. I told you initially that if you any trade you're currently on, you come to this third place, it will show you trade. It will show you the trade you're on. So I'm at this trade page. That's why you see. If you want to go back to your chart, you click this second one, it takes us back. See the way I entered my buy, just at this place. See it buy 0.005, and price is still dangling around that place. So go back to trade, you see it's minus 1.67. That's my loss at the moment. So I can wait for it to go back, or I can decide to close it now. If I want to close it, I'll come to this first sign here, tap it, close with loss $3. Bam, it has closed. So I hope we get this, guys. Then let's go back to that chart. So now actually this is a market I've been watching. So I think I want to place my sell. I've been monitoring it, and let's just see how this can do. And so let's go back to this place. So this is the order page. You want to place your trade, you want to place your order. So let's see. So the first is market execution, buy limit, buy stop. You have to just check up on all these other types, buy limit, sell stop. But for this video, I'll just concentrate on market execution, of which is when you want to place your trade at the moment. So the second place now is your stop, your lot size. You can see this 0.000, this 0.005. You can either change it, you can increase it 0.55, but the least lot size for volatility 75 is 0.005. You can change it manually from here, or you can even add it with this plus. You see plus 10. As I'm touching it, it's increasing. You can reduce it by this, like this, or you can add it like this. So depending on the way you want to do it. So next is this 382159 you see, and this other one. These are the bid and ask price, the current price of the market at the moment. So then here the next one is SLTP. SL is your stop loss, where you set your stop loss. TP is where you set your take profit. So let's assume you look at your trade, you place your trade and then you want to set your stop loss and take profit. you you come and check. Let's say you place your trade, you use your crosshair to look at the number. I want my stop loss to be up here. I'm going to place a trade right now actually, because immediately this candle closes, I'll place a trade. So let's say you want your stop loss to be here. You bring it to where your stop loss wants to be, 389135. You take that number, 389 389 You come back to your other page, you put it here, 389167. So this will be your stop loss. The same thing for take profit. Once you set all those things, you can now come back and place your buy or sell depending on what your analysis are. So that's that for that. So let's come back to the chart and be looking. So in the next 1 minute, I'm going to place my sell. I want to see what happens after this candle closes. So let's just wait for it and see. So that's just that about placing a trade and using an MT5. Okay, another candle has just formed. Okay, before I place the trade, or let me just place the trade. So now let me place a trade. I'll come here. I want to use, it's a market execution. I want to use 0.005 lot size, and then I want to sell. So I'll just click a sell. Let's first of all sell it. Done. Now this is my current loss up at the moment. Okay, you see it has entered profit, that's 4 cents. So let's go back to the chart now. You see this line where you see sell 0.005. That is what that is at the place at which I took my order, my trade. So now I want to, from here now, let me know how I want to set my stop loss and take profit. If I look at this market now, look at the chart now, where will I want to place my stop loss? I would like to place my stop loss here. And stop loss, you should know what stop loss is. Where you want the market to the market to take you out if the trade goes against you. So I would like to place my stop loss here, and that's why, because I believe if this market now should go back up, if price should go back up and reaches this place, that means I'm wrong. It may not continue to sell, so let the market take me out at this point. So my stop loss will be 388721. 388721. So you go back to your trade. You can modify your trade. You see it's in $2 profit already. You can modify your trade by sliding by the side. You slide to the left. This first one now is if you want to close it. The second barrel sign if you want to modify it. The third one if you want to add more position, this plus. Then this last one is sign of graph, that's a chart if you want to go back to the chart. So let's click the first one first of all. You see close with profit 0.48 cents. If you want to close, you can close there. Then there's still stop loss and all these things here, sha, but that's nowhere to set your stop loss actually. Slide again. This barrel you want to modify, bam, you put your stop loss, you put your TP and modify it. Let's go back. Let me remember my stop loss. So I said I want it to be at 388219. Let's raise it up a bit. 388533. 388533. Go back to trade, slide, modify, stop loss 3. Make sure the cursor is in the front. 88533. You see the modifiers aside they are highlighted. Bam. Modified. Done. Go back to your chart. You see. Look at the red line of stop loss. Look at the red line of stop loss. Stop loss. So that is your stop loss. Now let's assume I want to set my take profit. Where will I want to put my take profit? Let's say I want to put my take profit here, just on top of this week's 373786. 373786. Come back to trade, slide, pyro 3 what? I've forgotten. Sorry guys. Again, let's bring it. 373 912 373 912 373 912 bam 373 912 373 912 multiply done. Your take profit has been set. Look at the line down here. Take profit has been set. So with this now, you can now go and rest if you trust your analysis, because you believe that I believe that the market should sell until it reaches this place. If it reaches here, the market should close my profit. That's what this is all about. So that's just that for that. So let's go back to the trade and see it's in $2 profit now. You slide, if this one, if you want to add more positions, go back, slide this last one. If you want to take you back to the chart, it brings you to the chart. Come back to trade, slide, close if you wanted to close your position. So this is just, if you want to close, see, close with profit $2.3, 3.30 cents. So you understand, that's just that for that. So I guess with this you can be able to maneuver your MT5 and all that. So when I now send you the video of the strategy, it will show you how to set your indicators and everything you need to know. So this is just it, what you need to know about. Okay, now before I close, if you tap on your screen, you will see this circle that comes up. This circle now, it involves the different time frames. There's what we call time frame, and this time frame now is just a chart that shows you a particular movement of price in a particular time. So we're on 1 hour. Each candle now, it takes 1 hour for a candle to form. If we go to 1 minute, tap on M1, see how small the candles are. After each 1 minute, a new candle forms. After each 1 minute, a new candle forms. Now this is just exactly the same thing with every other time frame. The only difference is that it shows you price movement in a minute. Each candle means it shows a candle that represents price movement in a minute. Now let's look at the price, 380, 460, right? Just know 380 because it will change, but take note 380. Now go back to 1 hour. Look at price, it's still 380. That means price is the same everywhere, but it's just that the time frames it shows you candlesticks that represent 1 hour of price movement. That's just it, but not that price changes. So 1 minute, you see each candle shows you 1 minute of price movement. If you come back to 5 minutes, the same thing. 15 minutes, the same thing. Shows you each candle represents 15 minutes of how price has moved. 30 minutes, the same thing. 1 hour, the same thing, till you come to daily. Each candle shows you price movement in a day. Weekly, price movement in a week. Monthly price movement in a month. That's just it, guys. So let's go back to our 1 hour. I normally do my analysis on the 30 minutes and 1 hour because I'm more of a day trader and a swing trader. I don't normally scalp. If you want to scalp, you come to the 1 minute, 5 minutes, you place your trade and close it immediately. Check your small profit, take your small 50 cents or whatever profit. So that's it. If you press the tap on your screen again, it will come up. So this M1, M5 down to MN monthly is the different time frames at which you can view your chart. Then let's look at this shape. This place you see triangle, circle and box is where you can add shapes to your objects on your chart. Look at the different objects you can add. Let's assume you want to add a rectangle or a trend line. Let's say rectangle. You come here, drag on your screen, you see the rectangle has been added. You can reduce the size, you can move it anywhere you want. You want to set your support and resistance zones and so on. If you want to delete it, you long press it, press this waist button and it's gone. Tap again. This stuff, the next one is settings. You click it, it takes you if you click it, it takes you to settings page where you can set other things, the colors of your chart and all that. Then the next one is crosshair, as the same thing with up here. So the next one is what function, where you can set your indicators, the same thing with this F up here. So that's just that for that. In the next videos, I will show you how to set up your chart and all that. So that's just that for that. So cheers and take care, guys. Sorry.